Coming up on today's show, we have an injury update on Geno Smith after that scary scene involving him and Isaiah Simmons on Monday night. Good news, though. We'll get to that coming up in a few moments. Also, Devon Witherspoon, he's kicking ass and taking names, making history as a rookie in the National Football League. Won a big award this week as well. We'll tell you about that. Also, the latest on Jamal Adams and his injury from Monday night. All of that and more coming up on this edition of Seahawks Today. But first, our friends or frenemies over at the 49ers Report, Chase Sr. and company, they got over 1,000 likes in a video this week. And Chase told me, Tyler, there's no way you guys can do that in Seahawks Today. And I said, you are absolutely wrong. We will prove it to you right now. 12s, can you deliver? Can we stick it to the 49ers Report? Can we get 1,000 likes on today's video? I believe we can. Hit the like button, and we'll get going here on Seahawks Today. Let's begin with Geno Smith as the Seahawks quarterback left Monday's game against the Giants with the knee injury that he suffered in a play involving Isaiah Simmons of the New York Giants. We'll get some photo evidence we'll show you in a moment. Luckily, Geno did come back, so everything seemed to be okay, but we have some more context about what happened from Geno Smith and Pete Carroll. And I'll say this much, it's very good. Here's more from Geno Smith. I'm feeling better. Obviously an ugly situation, but I feel a lot better. I was just running out of bounds and kind of got rolled up on, just an unfortunate situation. Initially, was kind of in shock a little, but a bit just from being rolled up and having my leg pretty much trapped under the guy. There was some slight pain, but overall I was happy I came out okay. And Geno was the first one to tell you, and I will agree, the play was absolutely dirty, what Isaiah Simmons did to Geno Smith. As the photo evidence shows us that we're about to bring you right now, he was clearly out of bounds, folks. His feet were out of bounds, and you can see that this just wasn't necessary. This was a Giants team that was already playing from behind, that their season has been an utter failure, and just let the emotions show a little bit, drag on a bit. So I personally had a big issue with it. I know Geno did as well, but the most important thing is, according to Pete Carroll, that Geno Smith will be okay, that he was fine, that there's not going to be anything that lingers on as far as that goes. And, it sounds like Geno, after twisting his knee, obviously going to have some caution about that. But the bye week for Geno, coming off of this, and then the other injuries, we'll talk about Jamal Adams later, could not come at a better time right now. Geno's playing great football. 5 touchdowns, 1 interception, 63% completion percentage. But this team is just banged up all over the place. So I'm very glad that you get this bye week to kind of just reset, simmer down a bit, get healthy, and then get back at it as you have the 3-1 record where things stand right now. So I want to ask you guys, what did you think about that hit from Isaiah Simmons? You heard from me, you heard from Geno that it was a dirty play. I'm only giving you 2 options because there's only one correct answer here. Was it dirty? Y for yes, HY for hell yes it was. Better not see any no's in there. It's our pin comment today. Weigh in, let us know what you think about that play. It's Devon Witherspoon's world, and we're all just living in it. The Seahawks rookie put on quite the show on Monday night on a national stage, his coming out party of sorts in a night that included 7 tackles, 2 sacks, an interception, and a touchdown. And his numbers were so good, we don't even have enough space on our graphics to tell you about how impressive he was. And he made history with this performance as he was able to become the 27th player in NFL history and 3rd rookie ever to have 2 sacks and a pick 6 in one game. It was truly one of the greatest rookie performances we have ever seen, and he's just getting started. And now the questions are out there going forward. What is Devon Witherspoon's role going to be with this Seattle Seahawks team? I'm not concerned. I'll tell you why in a moment, but first, a word from today's sponsor, Odds Are. Folks, Odds Are, one of our newest partners here at Chat Sports, is not a betting app. Let's make that very clear. Now, what Odds Are is, though, is AI technology gives you the smart bets you should be making. Because let's face it, folks, luck is not strategy. They don't take your bets, but they make you better at it. Here's how Odds Are works, folks. You download the app. You go to oddsr.com/NFL Daily for a free 30-day trial for Seahawks Today viewers, and you're looking for the green values. Those are the bets you should be making. Red means the bets you should be avoiding. And I want to go through some of these NFL games for you. Let's take example Thursday Night Football. Bears in Washington. That's a terrible game, but good opportunity to bet. As you can see, we got 3 different green values here. The under, 44.5. Can't imagine a ton of points involving an 0-4 team in that game. Also, the spread, the Bears there as well. Meanwhile, you look at Atlanta and Houston, and the under in that game, those offenses maybe not as good as some people might think with Bijan Robinson, C.J. Stroud. Those guys are still young. The under in that game, 110, some good value there. Packers and Raiders. I would think there's going to be some points in this game. The Raiders' defense stinks, folks. 44.5 is the value there on the over. Check out Odds Are. Download it now. Get your 30-day free trial. oddsr.com/NFL Daily. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. Terms and conditions do apply. Download today and get started with Odds Are. All right, so here's the depth chart for the Seahawks right now. And this is where the Devon Witherspoon equation comes in. Currently at the moment, he is your starting outside corner. But then you look at things, you have Mike Jackson, who's a very good veteran player. Trey Brown's going to come back from injury at some point. He was off to a good start to the year before he got hurt, among others here. Where does Devon Witherspoon fit into all of this? I'll say this much. I don't care. Because what's going to happen is that the Seahawks are going to find a way to use Devon Witherspoon one way or the other, whether he's playing outside corner or nickelback. He is too good not to have on the football field. This is basically a good problem to have. I know that we were hearing Ryan Clark on the Monday Night Postgame the other night talk about, well, when Jamal Adams is healthy, what do you do with Witherspoon and Kobe Bryant and all these guys? You know, I understand trying to figure out some other guy's role. But Devon Witherspoon, I got to have him out there every single play because he's earned that right. He's too good to not have involved in this defense some way, shape, or form. Brian Baldinger, Baldy's Breakdowns, does a great job in the film room. And he had a really good breakdown on Devon Witherspoon this week and that situation of the role for him. Listen to this. When he's free, he lets you know he's free. He was the best corner in the draft coming out of Illinois, and it wasn't even close to me. He was by far the number 1 cornerback, and Seattle got him with the 5th pick. And then you watch him. He can play anywhere. He can play in the slot. He doesn't miss a tackle. So, with that said, you'll find a role for him. He'll be in great shape. And the odds makers, by the way, are all in on Devon Witherspoon as well. He is soaring up the boards when it comes to his chances to win Rookie of the Year right now. The momentum is all on Devon Witherspoon. Plus 175 at the moment. Jalen Carter, Seahawks fans very familiar with, who they ultimately passed on. He's the favorite, but Witherspoon making significant ground. He's already got more sacks than Jalen Carter. Who would have thought? So watch out. I'm not worried. Devon Witherspoon is going to be plenty involved in this Seahawks defense for the rest of this season. I can guarantee you that much. Is he going to win Rookie of the Year, though? What do you guys think? Let's hear it for Spoon in the comments section. Show me all those spoons. Spam it for Devon Witherspoon and show him some love. And let's do our part to acknowledge the greatness that is Devon Witherspoon, the start of the season that he's having, and obviously some great things to come with him there with the Seattle Seahawks. One final note before we go. Let's catch up to speed on Jamal Adams and his situation. The much-anticipated return this past week of him returning to Seattle. It was only 9 plays in before ultimately he got hurt again, taking the knee to the helmet from Daniel Jones. Just an awful situation as he's trying to make a tackle. Went into concussion protocol. We saw him yelling there at the NFL concussion folks. Pete Carroll had this to say as far as Jamal Adams goes right now. He's going to be okay. He got kicked in the head, so he misses this game. But the preparation to get him to this, and then with the week coming up, he's going to be fine, I'm sure, and be back out there. So it's just a little glitch right now. He'll be fine. Frustrating start, but all the work he did to get here is what preps him for the next time coming around. He's going to be a big part of what we're doing. Concussions are a very serious deal. No doubt about that. But the bright side is that this could have been a lot worse of a situation for both Jamal Adams and for Geno Smith. To think that, hey, Jamal, you know what? He's going to be fine. And he should be back after the bye week. That Geno Smith isn't likely to have some lingering issues from the knee injury he suffered. Two big names, players that the Seahawks really need, specifically with Geno Smith, and everything's going to be okay, it seems. So a sigh of relief at the moment. Now, as far as Jamal Adams goes, we'll tell you more about his situation and where the Seahawks go from here in a moment. But first, I want to make sure you subscribe to Seahawks Today as we're talking about your favorite team each and every day on the channel with daily news and rumors, breaking news, trades, and more. Got our live shows, of course. This is the channel for the diehard Seahawk fan. Had a heck of a time at our watch party on Monday night, me and Smitty, and we're going to be doing those all season long. Might be a bye week this week, I understand, but that doesn't mean we're slowing down here on the channel. In fact, we're cranking it up this week. Stay tuned, stay alert, subscribe now. You ain't alive, you ain't subscribed to Seahawks Today. Stay tuned, folks. A lot of exciting stuff to come right here on the channel. All right, so Jamal Adams, we mentioned the injury occurred on his 9th play from scrimmage this past Monday night. It was his first game back in 385 days from that torn pec, and it's his 5th injury he's had since joining the Seahawks in 2020. Just some terrible luck that's occurred for Jamal Adams at this point. And what we saw from Jamal Adams in the small sample size, he was already making plays, made 2 tackles. He was looking like he was ready to go from the jump, and then just some bad luck once again, which has been an ongoing theme story for Jamal Adams in his time with the Seattle Seahawks. So now, what do the Seahawks do from here? Waiting on Jamal Adams and everything. I'll say this much. It sucks, no doubt about it. No beating the bush on that. But at least the Seahawks, as much as I look at Jamal Adams and, we can acknowledge the talent levels there. It's a big plus when he's on the football field. The difference now with having Jamal Adams compared to a couple of years ago is that you have depth now. The Seahawks are basically used to playing without Jamal Adams, okay? You brought in Julian Love for a reason. You got Quandre Diggs there, Kobe Bryant, a number of different options. The PFF scores for the defense so far this season, in his 9 plays, Jamal Adams ranks as the number 4 defensive player in the Seahawks. But you look at the numbers beyond that, you got 9 guys with a score of 71 or higher right now on that defense. So Jamal is a luxury, essentially, for this group. I think they're going to be fine either way, but at least it doesn't sound like Jamal is going to be out very long, that he should be back here in the next few days after the bye week. What do you think of the Seahawks defense right now, by the way? Grade it for me, A, B, C, D, or F, and let us know what you think of this group where things stand right now. Don't forget to like today's video as we're trying to stick it to the 49ers report. I believe we can get 1,000 likes today. No doubt about it. You guys can make it happen, and we'll see you next time here on the channel.